Okay. Shit, man. Some nights are better than others, you know what I mean? So, dude, I just got out of college, right? It was summer of 2023. And I started seeing this girl that I met in this bar. Great start, right? So her name's Asia. I met this girl in this bar, and she was cool. And then she was very physically attractive. So I asked her out. We go out, get gelato. It was good food, and she was cool enough. And I don't know, we got like physical pretty quick, but like we didn't end up getting physically intimate until like the third or fourth link up. But I don't know, we'd spent a long time like just making out all the time, and so I asked. She told me she was clean. I believed her. Shouldn't have done that. I should have like gotten the test, and I should have used a condom, and I didn't. And so now I have this forever. Basically, is what happened. Um, so I don't. To this day, I don't know if she was telling the truth when she said she was clean, or like to the best of her knowledge. You know what I mean? Because when I told her that I had it, she was like, "Oh, now I have it. And I have to tell the dude I was seeing before you that I have it and shit." And I'll never know if she meant that. But the first 2 weeks was kind of the worst for sure. The first 2 weeks was like honestly hell, but it's part of the process. I'm trying to do this video without complaining. I'm trying to do it's which is really difficult. But so the first 2 weeks, like the initial outbreak, I thought was like raise shaving bumps or something. But then the bumps started progressing, and I had like a dozen, and I was like, oh, okay, this is definitely serious. And they're super, super tender, but they're kind of small. They look like zits, basically. And then they started to kind of like pop on their own, and then I went to the doctor. They tested them, herpes, right? And so I took the medicine, and it took like a few days to go away. The first outbreak is the worst. For some people, the first outbreak is the only one they get, and then they just live with it. So like that week, oh man, this is gonna be difficult to say because like I've never really talked about this. Well, I think I've talked about it on here, but I've never really objectively spoken about it without any pain in my voice. So I'm gonna try and do that. So basically that week, I was really looking for some support from her, um, and instead she ended up like sleeping with another guy that week. And I mean, it's my fault for choosing her in the first place, but I mean, you don't know what you don't know. And I mean, literally everybody I know has raw sex. And I was seeing one person. It was just a really unfortunate chain of events. So so basically that week, sleeps with another guy. I find out because I go through her phone later that week. So that week, luckily my job was like work from home, so I didn't really have to do much, and I didn't really have to move because, dude, it was hard to walk. Like the little zit things surround the shaft, and so for that week, I was like limping literally because it hurt too bad to like for my dick to hit my legs. It's terrible. It's real shit. And so like the week goes by, I'm starting to heal, and then I'm getting over, mentally also being stuck with this for the rest of my life, as well as the physical ailment of like my dick being in so much pain because it also like physically ached. It felt like somebody had squeezed my dick for an hour, except all the time for like a few days. And also there's this thing called phantom itches, basically, where like right when you contract herpes, like you start to itch in one or two spots, on some like crackhead shit. So I had one, I think like on my neck and then like on the back of my leg. And so the thing about these itches is like they aren't real itches, but your brain, it's like some nerve thing. And so it feels like you're itching, but you're not actually itching. So you can't satisfy the itch. So then you scratch your skin raw. And I was having those like at work. And it's like, who the fuck can I tell that's happening? How am I supposed to tell anybody? So I'm sitting there like trying not to look like a crackhead, like, and then it goes away after I think a day and a half, and then I haven't had them since, luckily, because those were truly difficult to get through. Those are very, very difficult to get through. So you got it, right? And then at the end of the week, when I just about healed, but I, was still kind of scabbing, she goes, "Can we fuck?" And that's when I should have known that something was off inside of her. I missed a lot of signs, I admit. I shouldn't have slept with her in the first place. But I also just shouldn't have gotten involved with her at all because she was just totally broken, like completely. And I figured out after the fact that after we stopped seeing each other, she like developed a cocaine addiction. She was on suicide watch. Other things too, like she never spoke to her, literally never spoke to her father. He was around too, like literally lived in the area. And then she would just ignore his phone calls and shit. Never didn't speak to her mother. Lived with her sister. Didn't have a good relationship with her. Fought all the time and shit. And I'm sitting here making this girl my girlfriend. It's like great choice. I mean, I can't think of a worse choice, basically. So when I went through her phone, the reason I did is because I could tell something was off. And so she started to be distant, hide her phone from me subconsciously and things like that. So I was like, I'll go through it. If I don't find anything, no harm, no foul. I'll trust her. If I do, then I'll never talk to her again. And so, like, I don't really know, man. She was like in the shower, I grabbed her phone. I watched her type in her password one day, type it in. Turns out she's talking to like literally dozens of guys and fucking multiple, including me, and had told me she loved me like the night before or something like that. And keep in mind, this is just when I'm figuring out I have herpes, and so we both have it. And so I was thinking, we're gonna get through this together. I was a little foolish. What do you know? I mean, you don't know what you don't know. But I mean, I'm talking about DMs, Snapchats, texting pictures of her fucking feet to guys, blah, blah, blah. What the fuck? All over Tinder. Had a Tinder profile the whole time we were together. It wasn't even long. It was like 2 months. But, like, just everything. I mean, every avenue for attention literally possible. I mean, every single one. To the point where I felt bad. Like, later, obviously. But I felt bad that she just could never... She was perpetually unsatisfied. And definitely has something going on inside of her that... whatever curse herpes brings on her, whatever that was inside of her, whatever satanic entity is inside of her is definitely worse. So basically, I mean, it's not bad. Like, I don't really, I think about it sometimes. I wish I didn't have it, obviously. But the worst part about herpes is like actually having it. It's not like I don't get outbreaks. I think I've had like maybe 5 or 6. And it looks like kind of like, it looks like, hard to describe. It looks like razor bumps. Like razor bumps. You take medicine, it goes away in a day or 2, and then you're good. It's also like a skin condition. So, like you don't spread it through saliva or semen or things like this. But also, this isn't really a conversation that I'm super implored to have with the women I pursue. So I've often in the past found myself like avoiding these conversations. And so obviously the thing I was looking for was kind of like the lesson in this. I was like, well, what am I supposed to learn? Is it to never fuck? Because everybody has sex. Like literally everybody I know and have ever met actively has sex, either with their partner or like with people they fucking randomly meet. And there's guys I know who are like actively pursuing a different girl almost every other day, and their lives look awesome. And so to this day, this is still kind of confusing to me what the fuck I'm supposed to learn from this experience. I'm still trying to figure that out. Like what? Because usually when things happen, I'm like, okay, well, there's a lesson to be learned here. I don't know what the lesson is for this. Because I could sit here and be like, okay, I'll never fuck anybody until I'm married. But it's like, well, it's still the same issue, because what if she has HIV or something like that? And it's like, well, am I just supposed, is the lesson I'm supposed to test girls? I feel like I've taken an amount of emotional and mental damage that warrants a really heavy lesson. And I'm really trying to figure out what that lesson is. It's difficult for me to figure that out. I'm searching. Like, I legitimately, it's been like, I've had this for 2 years now, and I fucking can't figure the lesson out, man. I just can't. So, I mean, I'm just gonna, I don't know. It's like, and this is one of the things too. It's definitely like the amount of lying I went through with that woman has made it very difficult to trust other women. And so I haven't trusted a single one since, basically. And I've had like a pretty good woman pursue me in the past, and I threw it away because I wasn't ready. I mean, I was leaving to go to something anyways. I was like, at the time I was joining the Marine Corps, at the time, before I got fucking medically disqualified. At the time I was leaving like a month later, before I met her, or when I met her. So I'd met her, I think, in like October. We started seeing each other in November of some year. I think it was 2024, last year. And I was leaving like January something, to go to like officer camp for the United States Marines, right? And I was like, I can't get a fucking relationship with you. Also, I didn't know if I was healed from that shit, so I didn't trust women, period. Because bro, like, I mean, the girl told me every lie in the book, you know what I mean? So she gets out of the shower, right, when I go through her phone, and I saw all the shit. I saw literally her text some dude. It was crazy. She had texted a guy who she got his number like 2 months before that night in like September, or August or September. So I check her phone in October. It was October 22nd, 2 days after my birthday. October 22nd, I check her phone, right? And I'm seeing a text from a dude in like August who didn't text her back. She texted him, "Hey, nice to meet you," whatever. That was back in August. And she texted him again that morning at 4 a.m. when she was over at my place, literally. And I was like, I mean, she's going for everybody. So I had the proof in my hand, right? So she gets out of the shower and I go, "Are you cheating on me?" Because we had talked about being exclusive. We were exclusive. It wasn't like a mystery. You know what I mean? We did have a conversation that was kind of confusing. Basically, she said she wanted to be not exclusive. No, she wanted to be exclusive, but get rid of the labels, which didn't make any sense to me. But that was basically just women speak for, I want to fuck other guys, but I just didn't see it. I didn't understand that women speak subcommunicatively, and like the things that they say aren't always what they mean. I didn't know that at the time. So I understand female language now. Literally what she said verbatim was, "I want to stay exclusive, but get rid of the labels of boyfriend and girlfriend." Didn't make any sense to me, but I understand now what she was saying. But anyway, either way, so I go through her phone, right? I find the shit. She gets out of the shower. I go, "Are you cheating on me?" She goes, "No." After I'd seen easily 30 guys, easily. And I go, "Are you cheating on me?" And she goes, "No, I'm not." And then I ask again, and she goes, "Did you go through my phone?" And then I started I was freaked the fuck out. Because I knew she was about to start lying. I was like, "Are you cheating on me or not?" She goes, "Did you go through my fucking phone?" And I yelled at her. I was like, "Shut the fuck up." I fucking freaked out. Because I knew she was about to gaslight me. She's about to make me feel like a fucking idiot. Oh my God, why did I pursue that woman? I don't know. Just stupid. But I mean, don't know what you don't know. Everybody has that one woman that teaches them about women. That was mine. Unfortunately, I just caught an STD through the fucking process, the learning process, you know what I mean? So what else happened? Yeah, I mean, now my job is to kind of figure out what lesson I'm supposed to get from this. It's been really difficult to be open with people because there's literally nobody I can talk to about having herpes. My parents don't fucking get it. I'm not going to talk to my friends. And anybody who has it doesn't talk about having it. So there's no one that you could, it doesn't come up in fucking conversation. You know what I mean? So there's literally nobody I can talk to about having this shit. You know what I mean? So it's a very like personal journey, and it's very difficult to navigate because I have no information. I'm getting different information from the doctor, different information online, different information from my own experience. And that is super confusing, man. It's so confusing. Uh, and so I'm just trying to figure this shit out. And, there's no cure. And the thing about herpes, it's interesting because, like, even if even if I didn't have it, I would still look at people who have herpes as infected people. You know what I mean? So I get it. When I tell people, I expect them to see me differently, which is what I do. I admit, like, if I met somebody with HIV, I'd look at them differently. And it's just natural. Like, they have a thing. They gave it to themselves. You know? There's a stigma behind it. And the stigma is the worst part of the actual condition. It's not even, like I said, I really don't get, nothing ever happens, really. Like, worst case scenario, I get like razor bump like things on my cock, take a pill, goes away. And I'll get an indication because I'll have like a zit kind of forming, and I'll know, okay, if I feel this forming, take a pill, goes away. It's literally that easy. But also, this isn't something I want to give to people. So also, it's decently difficult to tell women. There's not really an appropriate time. Is it the first date, the sixth date, right when we hit the bedroom, after we hit the bedroom, on our marriage night? When do you do it? When it comes up in conversation, So I'm navigating that. I've definitely fucked up and told girls way too early. This one time I had this girl over named Natalie. I had this girl named Natalie over, and me and Natalie were like smoking a joint. This was at the time when I was like kind of crashing out and like just fucking doing a bunch of drugs. And I knew she wanted to sleep with me because her friend had told me. And I think I was just being self-destructive. And so I kind of ruined it on purpose, subconsciously. And we were sharing a joint, and I bought two. And I told her, I was like, yeah, we just can't share this because I have herpes, which isn't even true. Like, it's not transferred through saliva. So I literally made some shit up. And then it got quiet. She didn't say anything for like 20 seconds. It was so awkward. And then I watched her text her friend that I knew. And then she got picked up later, and she fucking left. And that was awkward as fuck. And so, shit like that happened. Go out with a girl, bring it up in conversation casually. Won't hear from her again, even though the rest of the date was fine. So it's a huge curse. And I know I did it to myself, but I'm really trying to figure out what the fucking lesson here is, because it doesn't look like there is one. I don't understand. I can't really talk to anybody. I don't get to have it go away. And like, it's not even that bad. But why would if I was a girl, why the fuck would I date a guy who has this shit if there's guys that don't, especially if I'm an attractive woman? Like, if I have options, it doesn't make sense. I don't know. I do understand that a lot of my fears are like future-based fears, so they're not actually real. You know what I mean? But it's a very interesting playing field to navigate. Maintaining my sanity has been quite the challenge. And I'm proud of myself that I've, you know what I'm saying, stayed sane. It's mentally challenging. I will say this. Totally possible. And again, it's my fault. I didn't use the fucking condom at the end of the day. She said she was clean. Who cares? It doesn't matter. I didn't fucking use a condom. So, I mean, who am I going to blame? Her? I mean, there's people that I know that go around, well, not that I know, that there's people that go around giving this shit to people on purpose. And I don't know if she's one of those people. And the fact that I don't know, it's just a thing. You know what I mean? So, so now I have a very, very difficult time, like, opening up to women, because there's definitely fear behind that. The fear of rejection is very high. The fear of judgment is very high. I mean, the second you tell somebody you have herpes, it's implied you had raw sex with someone unprotected and were irresponsible during the process by default because you have it. So it's like super, super interesting to navigate. What else? Yeah, I mean, it's kind of it. I was just kind of sitting here down in the dumps, and I was like, let me just record a video and see if I can talk this out. I'm not sure if this helped. I really don't know what the future looks like. The main thing I want to know is what the lesson here is. Is the lesson to never have sex unless I'm with a girl I've tested with? Because even if I used a condom, I still didn't even know what a full panel STD test was at the time. Like, guys, when you go get tested, it doesn't matter if you go get tested. You have to specifically verbalize with the doctor that you're looking for a full panel test, or they won't test you for things like HIV, herpes, certain things. They'll just do topical shit like chlamydia, syphilis, all that bullshit. But you won't know if you have herpes unless you specifically specify you want a herpes full panel test. You have to say that. And so even if I went and got an STD test, I didn't know that shit. They don't tell you that stuff. You know what I mean? So I would have been cooked regardless. Like, so what is the lesson? No premarital sex? Everybody else is fucking doing it. Some of the guys I know with families had premarital sex. So what the fuck, you know? It feels like that sometimes. It's like some of the guys I know who have children with their wives had premarital sex with them. Doubt they got tested at the doctor. I don't fucking know, man. I don't fucking know what I'm supposed to do with this experience. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with it. And I think that's why it's plaguing me so much, is because like everything else I typically understand. Because I'm pretty fucking intelligent, so I can usually understand what things mean when they happen to me. This one, I have no idea. I really fucking don't. And I'm trying to figure it the fuck out, but it's hard, man. If I knew what it meant, then it'd be easier to deal with. You know what I mean? So yeah, like I said, like I just don't open up to women now. I fucking just don't do it because it's so much safer not to. I mean, why would I? One, I'm not ready to get married anyway, so there's no point in dating. So there's no point in opening up, period, right? Because why would I open up to a bitch I'm not even going to fucking pursue long term? Doesn't make any sense. Literally get nothing out of that. So I'm not opening up to them anyways. Not telling them shit about me. I mean, I'll tell them the thing, like I went to college, whatever, what I like, don't like, but I'm not telling them I have fucking herpes, man. You know what I mean? I can still have sex. I can have sex without a condom. I can have raw sex if I want to. If I take the fucking medicine. Literally doesn't matter. But I still have the shit. So the risk is not 0%, but it's damn close. But that's not something people want to hear. You know what I mean? Well, I don't even know if that's true. I really haven't had the conversation a million times. And the times I have had it, it went pretty well. But either way, like, difficult to navigate. That's what it is. Difficult to navigate. And this is my burden, you know what I mean? So I'm just dealing with it day by day. Fucking there's probably never going to be a cure. So the cure I'm looking for is the cure of having the ailment removed from my soul as opposed to my actual body. And I'm really figuring out how the fuck to do that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's pretty much it. It's pretty much all I have, I think. See if I can think of anything else. I used to blame her, but I just shouldn't have picked a bitch. I mean, should have picked her. Should have used a condom. What are you gonna do? You know what I mean? What are you gonna fucking do? But at the same time, I was young, and I would have been completely divergent in all of my social circles by one, using a condom, and two, like being super careful and asking for a full panel ST. I would have never done that at 20 something. You know what I mean? I just wouldn't have. And I guess, and so I've thought about this too. I thought, well, maybe the reason I got it is to tell people, is to warn people about using a condom. Maybe that's why, is to warn you about the dangers of not using this shit, is to warn you about what having herpes is like. Maybe I'm supposed to be a living testimony. Maybe, but it fucking is maybe that's the reason. I don't know. So I guess, hey, use a condom out there, ask for a full panel test, get tested for HIV, get them tested. And by the way, don't get tested after you have the sex. That doesn't help. You get herpes once. I got it with a person I was pursuing long term as a partner in our 3rd week. Like, it doesn't matter what they say. Trusting the vibe isn't a real thing. Maybe this is the reason I got it, to tell you this shit. Maybe this video will blow up and go crazy, and then I'll tell 100 billion people to use a condom in the United States or to fucking not fuck at all. But it's like even today, the people I know be sleeping with people, the music, and if it's safe and it's with a girl you actually like, I don't see what's wrong with it. I understand the fact that there's an oxytocin release that can be addictive, and now you have a soul tie with this person, which is difficult to break. But, other than that, shit. I think, like, the way I see it, bro, if the person's normal, you're normal. Normal, but, like, psychologically healthy, and you actually have a genuine connection, why not have sex with the person? If you're fucking gonna, you know what I mean? It's a love chemical. You could get that shit from holding hands. You could get that shit from dancing with them. So, I don't really know if the act of penetration really does anything different than oral sex or, a close dance would do. But I do know that I really am trying my best to figure out what the lesson is here, to figure out, what the point was. It is kind of like a why me kind of thing, but I didn't use the shit. That's the reason. That's the reason. So what are you gonna fucking do? Yeah, but yeah, I used to blame her. I used to hate her. Because it was like, I got herpes and she was fucking like multiple men. I found that out within the same week and a half. It did do a lot of damage to me psychologically at the time. I think I'm fine now, but at the time it was very heavy on me. So it was quite the challenge, but it was the challenge that I overcame. Wasn't easy. Don't care anymore. But I do know that I definitely have issues being intimate with females. Like, and I mean, not even sexually, like trusting them. I just can't trust what women tell me. I just can't do it. Because, dude, she fucking lied about everything. I literally didn't know people were capable of that much evil until I met her. Literally had no idea. Because you got to think about it, too. I came from a military college, bro. VMI is notorious and known of one of the only colleges, if not the only college in the country, that has an active and dire honor system. Like, if you go to the laundry room, there's quarters everywhere. If you go to the barracks study room, there's laptops everywhere. People leave their phones everywhere. Nobody steals in the entire school. Nobody steals shit, ever. Ever. $1, nowhere. There will be quarters on the floor indefinitely. Literally. There'll be quarters in the classroom. People will put them on desks. Nobody steals anything. Literally not a dime. And so that type of honesty, like pure honesty, and I get out and she lies about everything, shattered me, dude. It shattered me, bro. It was just such a flip-flop. You know what I mean? I just didn't see it coming. I was completely blindsided. Um, I mean, I wasn't perfect. I mean, probably, but damn, you know. I mean, lied about everything. Oh, jeez. So that was definitely difficult for me to navigate. But I mean, such is life. You know, you kind of put up with those things. I will say it's given me some perspective on things. Since my ailment, I guess, is not something that you could see, it gives me some more perspective for people that have shit that I can't see. You know what I mean? So like, if somebody's, I never know what somebody's going through. Because people have shit you just can't see, like fibromyalgia, for example, is like something that you can't see. HIV, something you can't see. There's people that have that shit. I could have that shit. That shit. Shout out to the people with HIV, by the way. You gotta put that shit on job applications, bro. You can't be in the military. Shit like that. That shit is tough. That shit is tough. That's a rough one. You know what I mean? So it could be worse. It could be worse. And it's interesting because, like, bro, I wish I just got a girl pregnant. I mean, because at least I'd have a kid. But, you know, you can't change the past. So I think this video, like, I meditated for like fucking 20 minutes earlier, and I was like, hey, how do I get this off my soul? And it was like, tell as many people as you can. Open up, be completely vulnerable, and you'll be rewarded. So I think if I'm open and honest with the people watching this, then it'd take a burden off of me, and it'll help me to be more vulnerable in general. Because I swear to God, I just can't trust women. I don't trust anything they tell me. I trust their actions, which is fair. I mean, because trust actions more than the person's words. But like, I just can't trust a single word. Literally nothing. Which I wish wasn't the case. But I took a lot of damage from that shit, man. I can't lie to you. So I do know that in the future, like, the girl I'm seeing, I'm going to try not to punish her for that. You know what I mean? Subconsciously, by making her prove herself and all this shit. But, you know, so I don't know what steps I have to take to fucking heal myself from this, though. Like, if I knew the path and it was like, hey, do this, this, and this, and you won't care anymore, I just do that. But I don't know what it is. So, super interesting. Just interesting. Yeah, I think that's it.